So it turns out the Porsche 911 GT3 with sport soft tires at 700 performance points was not good enough for the next race I need to do because it was too slow on the corners. And as you can see on the right side in the ranking board, the Porsche is now close to 2 seconds faster than previously, with racing soft tires. And these are the settings. The ride height adjustment is the most crucial tuning point of aero cars. So these are the new aero settings. These are the new spring settings. Damper settings have remained the same, as well as camber settings. Everything else is the same as before. These are the new aero settings and the limiter settings, as well as weight ballast. And the gearing, I could adjust the gearing for this new power output, but it's close enough. I don't care to get it exact. And notes on the suspension. The front is as stiff as I can get it, and the rear is the same distance or gap. The difference from the previous settings and the difference to these new settings is about the same, or should be exactly the same. Or about the same? Should this be at... it's close enough anyway. And so when driving this car, I recommend using traction control. I'm not using it right now, but I'm going to show you oversteer. That's what happens with oversteer with racing tires. And once the car comes out of let's call it aero. Once the car comes out of aero, what's the word? I'm looking for a word. Aero efficiency? No, that's not the right word. Once the car comes out of its ideal aero settings, aero range, the car just loses all grip. So any amount of slide becomes very dangerous. And that's why I recommend using traction control. But with good throttle input, traction control is not necessary. As you can see, the traction control is off. So I lowered the car because the stiffer springs allow the front end to be lower to the ground. It's not going to bottom out in the corners or on the brakes or in high-speed sections. Oh, the car has a little too much rotation probably. I'm going to do another lap after this one. That's why I want TC on. I was just a little too eager on throttle. Hang on, I gotta sneeze. I think it's gonna pass. So I'm going to drive with traction control on, set it to 4. A little early on the brakes. A lot of rotation. Brake deep into the corner with the new racing brakes and racing tires. Oh, too much throttle. This is supposed to be flat out. There we go. Did it. Oh, so is that. Maybe I need a little bit more rear wing, or lower the rear end a little bit more. Gotta lift here a little bit. There we go, just to get off the power so it doesn't slide. I could try opening up the acceleration lock. That might help. This is taken in third now. Brake real late. Too early on throttle. And there's a lap. So that's slower. I had to change some settings. 206. I don't know if it's faster now. That's not good. I wasn't planning that in making this video. So I had to reduce the power a little bit and add some ballast to the previous settings on the racing soft tires. And it made the car 3 seconds slower. Maybe it was bad driving, or maybe that was the traction control. I don't know. I'm gonna do another drive. Try it with the traction control off. I'm going to be conservative on the exits. Take a little bit more care through the apex. Oh, try not to do that. Oh, shoot. Darn it, did it again. A retry. So there's a bump on the exit there. Oh, too much throttle. Much better. Too early on the brakes. Try to get on the brakes here earlier. Tighter on the exit. Could have gone faster. Try not to slide here like last time. Oh, very sketchy. Missed the apex. Okay, 2 seconds faster than the previous fast lap. So it's not that much faster, but those are the settings. Do a quick overview. Suspension differential, aerodynamics and limiters, and the modifications. And a replay for a good thumbnail. So the car is not as good as I was hoping it would be, mostly because it doesn't have enough understeer. I could tune in more understeer and add more horsepower or take out some weight. With the race tires, that little moment there before the hairpin that's a big moment. Like it's a major butt clincher. So the car is about 2 seconds slower with traction control, or at least with traction control set to 4, which means it's getting about the same times as I was getting with the sports soft tires, which defeats the purpose of this whole modification. I could use a different car for the series. It's another World Touring Car Championship. Instead of at 600 performance points, it's at 700. I think there might be more performance in getting a pre-modified race car or a Group 4 car instead of modifying a street car for Group 4 class. So I'll see how I do in the first race, and maybe make another tuning video. I don't know. Till the next one.